Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Red Platinum Edition of Jade. Kinda sorta in this one's case, not so much in Cyborg Superman's case. Stay tuned for that review, or if you haven't checked it out already, please do. But today we're going to be taking a look at Jade from the Green Lantern Corps. That said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, as well as the local friend who shall not be named for privacy reasons, who also hooked up Cyborg Superman. Again, I'll have a review of that going up soon, if not already there. For your viewing pleasure, watch it on your own time, people. I'm not gonna shamelessly plug my content or channel during a review. That's just not my thing. That said, it should be worth noting that Mr. Brian, aka my dad, aka the old man, did see another Jade at the Walmart closest to our house. This one was bought a little further away from our house, about probably a 15-minute drive or so. And she was with the Superman stuff, I think. If not, the collector aisle. So check there if you're looking for old Jade. That said, I'm a little biased towards this figure because it is not the best figure ever. It's a good figure. I like it. I'm happy to have it. I like having another member for the Green Lantern Corps, but I'll talk about all that in just a minute here. So, Jade does, of course, come with a collectible trading card. Getting right into the meat and taters of this review. With the bio on the back, you can pause and read at your own leisure, or not. Because I'm going to tell you a little bit about her in just a moment. But she also comes with the Raven effect parts. And these are a lot gummier than before, so they're a little easier to take off. And I will say, they do kind of feel like they have thumbs and fingers down here. And I tend to put this one here and this one here. But that's just me. Other than that, that's all you get. She's got trigger hands, which is just silly. She doesn't use guns. She doesn't use guns. Although if you give her a lantern, she can at least hold it. But that said, if you're not in the know, she is this guy's daughter. Old Alan Scott Green Lantern, the first Green Lantern. Guess if you wanted to, you could always give her his Green Lantern. But she joins the Green Lantern Corps. I want to say she was in like the 2000s maybe. But she also has a brother named Obsidian, who's a character I didn't know about until my good buddy Just Monesto 2 got the DC Classics one way back when. Also turns out that old Obsidian swings on the opposite side of the fence, if you know what I mean. But moving on from that, we have Jade. She's a hockey puck display stand we're used to seeing with all McFarlane Toys releases. And here she is. Now, I would like some fists. That's about the only thing she's missing. Just her open hands, maybe. Because the Huntress came with all those. She's on the same body as Huntress or Nightfall Catwoman. So all the hands were there. They just didn't give them to you for some stupid reason. But at any rate, I think it was Brad, the DC Universe Geek, that pointed out the hair might be reuse from Batwoman Beyond, the unmasked one. Which maybe, I'm not sure, I don't have that figure. But I will say, what I have had is seen the Green Lantern Emerald Knights movie on old HBO Max, featuring man, the myth, the legend, Henry Rollins is my favorite Green Lantern, probably. Kilowog. And this chick, Jade, is in that movie. She is kind of the protagonist. She's new to the Corps, and they're kind of showing her the ropes and telling her stories about past missions and stuff, which is pretty cool. I will say, I think her hair was significantly shorter in that movie. Not Ellen DeGeneres, but not this like long Karen thing she's got going on. But at any rate, as far as her articulation goes, her head will rotate. Be sure you don't futz up the paint on the neck there. Doing that, hair is kind of sharp. The arms will move out all the way around. She does have a beautiful butterfly that does swing a little bit back and forth. Swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow. She does have the swivel hinge wrists, so they can swivel, hinge, and swivel again. They're kind of tight, these grip hands, so be mindful of that. The diaphragm can rotate, it's all fine and dandy. She can also tilt side to side. She can also lean back about this far, lean forward about this far. It's not the craziest range, but it's not terrible. The waist does move. We'll rotate there, back and forth. Torso's a little not as tight as I'd like, but yeah, it's kind of how it is with these. This buck in particular, at least for me. Her hips will kick out, back down. She got like the most rock solid hips ever on a McFarlane. Like holy crap. Don't feel like anything's gonna break, but they're really solid. And then she has like almost nothing for a thigh cut. It does get a little movement though. She's got a double knee. Doesn't look too bad. And a hinge in the foot. A swivel, pivot, and a toe hinge, which is pretty useless, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. So that is Jade in a nutshell. I will say this ankle on mine was a little stiff out of package, but it seems to have worked itself loose a bit. Just kind of chilling out for a while, so that's a plus. It did kind of feel like I was pulling on that peg in there, but it seems okay now, so I'm just going to disregard all that gobbledygook. But I will say, while this is not a perfect figure by any means, I am a little biased towards good old Jade here because I used to date a very lovely young lady named Jade also. And unfortunately, after 7 months, she succumbed to the coronavirus there, and is no longer with us, I'm afraid. I made a video kind of talking about this a few years back. I think if you look at my Executive Replicas Coffin Comics Lady Death review, I talk about it a little bit, which is kind of ironic when you think about it, but hey, it was the first review I made after my brief hiatus because of that whole thing. So RIP to her. I miss her very much, so to this very day. But unfortunately, there ain't much of crap I can do about it, is there? Other than remember her when I get figures like this, or whenever I take a gander at my Art Asylum Jade from Chaos Comics, which is probably one of the more well-endowed figures I've ever seen in my whole 28 years of existence. So moving on from that, so you don't think I'm just some perv on the internet gooning over Savage Land Rogue. Let's bring in our two regulars. Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Right there. And the infamous 11 Spawn. Curious how tall he is next to her. I'm gonna say he's close to neck and neck with her, probably because of the heels. She is kind of leaning. This mold is a bit of a pain in the nuts to stand, but it is what it is. She's going to hang up on the wall with my other Green Lanterns anyway, so it's not that big a deal. And if she stands on the shelf, she'll be leaning towards, I don't know, Kilowog or something. So that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while she may not be perfect, I still thoroughly enjoy this figure. Is it maybe due to the fact that her name reminds me of someone I deeply cared about at one point in my life? I'm not going to say that doesn't help. I'm really not. Like, I cannot deny that, but I like having another member of the Green Lantern Corps that I didn't already have, and not for nothing, I do remember this character fondly from the Green Lantern Emerald Knights movie, featuring the man, the myth, the legend, Henry Rollins as one of my favorites, if not my favorite Green Lantern Corps member, Kilowog. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this review, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.